In today's tutorial, we're going to learn how to make this overbust conical corset that I'm wearing here. As you can see, it is detachable. You can wear it alone and you can wear it on a dress like this one here. This tutorial is going to be divided into two, part 1 and part 2. The part 1 is the drafting of the pattern, while the part 2 is going to be the cutting and sewing. I already prepared my pattern here. I have my shoulder line, chest line, bust point, underbust, half length and a top length. I'm going to go ahead and label it all. The reason why I didn't draft all my full pattern is because I want to show us a step-by-step method of getting it. After you have prepared your pattern like this, the next thing is to draw out the neckline. Drawing out the neckline is actually optional. This is just for the sake of some other things. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is to take our nipple to nipple measurement, starting from the bust point down to the top length. For you to determine the length of the top, you can come down from your half length by 4 to 5 inches, depending on how long you want it to be, or maybe if you have a style line on the hem of the top. After drawing your nipple to nipple, you connect it to the straight line. Then you come back to the shoulder slope and divide it into 2 equal halves. Find the midpoint and connect it back to the bust point, just like you see me doing. So after which you are done with this now, the next thing now is to do the underbust tightening. For the underbust tightening, I'm going to be using 2 inches for myself. So I'm taking 0.75 towards the center front, then I'm taking 1.25 towards the side front. These measurements varies depending on the person's measurement. You mark it from the underbust down to the waist. You mark it from the underbust down to the top length and connect with a straight line like so. The next thing we're going to do now is to connect from your underbust down to the bust point using a curve ruler to create a curve, just like you see me doing. This is to contour the underbust because it is important. The next thing to do now is to take the body circumference measurements. Body circumference include the bust circumference, the waist circumference, and the hip circumference. You are going to be dividing all of your measurements into 4. Do we understand? So if you do not have a calculator, you can simply fold your tape roll into 4. You are going to be taking the measurements one after the other. But before you take the measurements, I want us to remember that we have our dart in between. The 2 inches that we took under the bust that we extended to the top length, we are going to skip it when we want to take our body measurement. I'm going to demonstrate that for us again. Okay, so what you're going to do now, so let's take for example my waist measurement is 6.5. When I want to take my 6.5 measurement, I'm going to remove these 2 inches that I have here, okay, or I'm going to add it rather. So what I mean is that if your waist circumference is 8 inches, after you've divided it into 4, you're going to measure 8 inches. Then you're going to replace the 2 inches that you have as a dart. That's 2 inches that you measure from your underbust down to your waistline to your top length. And I'm going to connect from the chest line to the waistline. Like at the hemline, you're going to take your hip measurement divided by 4. You're going to take your hip measurement divided by 4. Then you're going to add the 2 inches back. We are still going to be removing it. Just stay with me, okay? And you connect from the waist back to the hip line like so. You know, we already connect from the bust to the waist. So the next thing is to take the waist dart. So I'm taking 1.5 inches for mine. Then I'm going to connect to the bust point like so. Next thing we're going to do now is to work on the overbust tightening. So from the original chest line, you decide on how high you want it to be, but this one is going to be a shallow neckline, so I'm going to take 1 inch upward from my chest line. You can maintain the chest line or you can decide to go higher or lower. So I'm going to connect the points to form a straight line. After that, I'm going to do the tightening. So I'm going to be using 1.5 inches. Then I'm going to divide into 2 to give me 0.75. I'm going to be taking the 0.75 on both sides of this line like so. And I'm going to connect back to the bust point. Just watch what I'm doing if you do not understand. If there's anything you don't understand or it is not clear enough for you in this video, kindly let me know in the comment section. So after this tightening now, we're going to decide on how deep we want the neckline to be. You can go down from the chest line by 1 inch. You can go lower, you can go anyhow you want it. So for this one, I just want to use 1 inch. Then I'm going to be connecting it like a boat neckline. So I'm going to be creating a boat neckline. So the next thing we're going to do, we can either do it now or do it later. The one is to plot the conical side of the corset. The second one is to snatch the waist of the corset. So I'm going to start with this waist snatching, but before we do that, we'll need to close our bust dart, which is the side dart, before we'll be able to do that. What I'm about to do is just to close the waist dart, so just watch closely. after closing it, you are going to blend out the side like so, because at the end of the day, because it will no longer align, so you need to reconnect from the bust to the waistline like so. Now I'm going to draw out the conical side of the corset, okay? And the first thing I did is to extend the top length line, because I'm going to be extending that side. After that, I'm going to take my sewing allowance from the chest line to the waistline, okay? And on the top hem, I'm going to be extending it by 1.5 inches, depending on how curvy and how bigger you want it to be, or the distance you want in between your corset and your body will determine how you are going to extend that part. So from the chest line, you connect to the waist, and from the waist, you are going to draw out your conical shape. Placement of your curve ruler matters a lot, because you are trying to create something like a cone. So you are going to connect from the waistline to that point that you extend at the top M, okay, just like this. So yours can be curvy, can be more bold than this, depending on the measurement you're working on. So I'll recommend between 1 to 2 inches. So from that point, I'm going to go up by 1 inch, then I'm going to connect back to the top hem. Now back to the neckline area. So for the neckline, you can decide on what kind of neckline you want. Like I said, I want a boat neckline, and I want it to go low a bit. Okay, so I'm going to determine in between my bust point and my underbust. I divided it to 2. So at the end of the day, so I have 1 inch. I'm just going to maintain that 1 inch. So you can either draw a sweetheart neckline, a boat neckline, a V neckline, and so on like that. But for me, I'm going to be drawing a shallow neckline. Before that, I'm going to extend the dart on the chest line to the shoulder line like so. This is just to guide me when I want to fold that part. So now I'm going to be folding this part, and the reason why I'm folding it is because I want to draw out my neckline. So if your neckline or your style line is going to be crossing a dart, make sure you close the dart before you draw out the line. So this is the reason why I'm drawing it, because if I do not close it like this, it will not align by the time I finish doing that. So remember, it's a boat neckline. It's more like a shallow neckline, and it's always wide. So I'm just going to connect from the 1 inch back to the armhole area like so. So I'm going to go in by, as you can see how it is now from that point now. So from this point, I'm going to go in by half an inch. This is because I want to create a bit of space in between the cloth and my armhole, and at the same time to avoid it from pinching me on the armhole. All right, so then it is also the design of the style I want to create. So you can make this go higher and higher depending on how you want it to be. So that is another type of design. So the next thing now is to draw. So the next thing now is to snatch our waist. So to snatch the waist, you are going to decide on how you want the line to be. So I'm going to be forming a style line, which is going to be a slant line. Yours can be a straight line, and can also be. So to snatch the waist now, we're going to be removing from our original measurements. Okay, and for this, I'm removing 2 inches. So the 2 inches, I'm going to be spreading it across my front and back bodies. So for the front, I'm going to be removing 1 inch. So that means I'm going to be taking ½ inch from this front. So on both sides of this line, I took 0.25, which is going to give me ½ inch, and ½ inch times 2 is going to give me 1 inch. Remember, my front pattern is going to be double. All right, so that is how you're going to remove it. I just hope you get my explanation. So now to do the next thing is to do the waist snatching. So snatch our waist now, meaning that we are going to be removing from our original measurements. So to do the snatching, we are going to be making use of a dart, and you can decide. And before we create a dart, we are going to be forming a dart line. So what I'm going to do next is to make this line more clear so that we'll understand better. So guys, now before I continue, before I proceed, I want to work on the center front, because before I proceed, I'm going to be adding to the length of this top because I want the center front to be a bit longer. So guys, I'm done adding the paper, and I'm going to highlight the line of the top length. I'm going to highlight the original line of the top length. So I'm extending this by 3 inches. Yours can be lesser or more than that. Okay, only if you want to extend it. So Before you draw out your hemline design, make sure you go ahead and close your darts. The darts that we have from our underbust to the waistline. Just like I close it here, it is just a temporary closing, and you can also go ahead and cut it out. So from my original line, I'm going to measure down to where I want it to get to. You can decide on, so here you can decide on the shape and the style of the hemline you want. You can have asymmetric or symmetric design. So but for this one, I just want to have a bit of curve shape on the hem, just a regular curve hemline. So I'm going to place my ruler like so, and I'm going to connect. So for the extension of this top, I'm using 2.5, not 3 inches anymore. So then I'm going to connect like so, as you can see, just like the way I'm doing. So I'm going to use the blue pen so that we can see clearer. So I hope you can see the line now. All right, so guys, so this is how the line looks like. So depending on what you want, you go ahead and do it the way you like it. So we have constructed the hemline of the top, as you can see. So the next thing now, I'm going to highlight all of these lines so that we're going to see, the lines that we need and the ones that we do not need. And I'm going to be labeling the patterns as well. So as I'm done drawing it out, and the lines that I highlighted are the lines that we're going to be cutting, meaning that I'm going to be cutting off every other part of this. So I'm going to be cutting this out. Please pay, I'm going to be cutting this out now. Please pay closer attention. So guys, this is what the front pattern is going to look like. I did not pieces it yet because I am not ready to cut and sew the clothes now. So when I want to transfer to the fabric, I'm going to be cutting out this dart line here, okay, just to make sure. So after everything now, after that, so before anything else, make sure you go ahead and cross check your measurement. And when you are taking the measurement, make sure you skip the darts that you have in between. Now for the back pattern, I already measure from my top, I already measure from my shoulder to the, so now for the back pattern, I already went ahead to draw my normal basic bodice pattern, my chest line, my waistline, and half length, and I already took the dart. So the first thing, I'm going to draw out the space in between my corset back. So for this one, I'm using 1 inch. You can go ahead and use 1.5 or 2 inches depending on how wide you want the back of your corset to be. Then I'm going to indicate with circles where my highlight is going to be. All right, so this other part is where we're going to be doing the snatching for the back. So the snatching for the back, you're going to divide whatever you have here into 2, or you find the midpoint. All right, so I'm just trying to find the midpoint so that it doesn't fall on one side. After finding the midpoint, remember we took 0.25 here on both sides of this line to get half inch, which is equal to 1 inch. We're going to do the same thing at the back. So taking 0.25 on both sides of this line means that I have 0.5 as my dart. And you know that this pattern is going to be 2. So that means 0.5 times 2 is 1 inch. So 1 inch at the front, 1 inch at the back, making 2 inches, which I removed from my original measurement. So what I'm doing here is just basically tightening the chest line at the back. So with this, so by the side here, you're going to go ahead and take the seam allowance and the conical shape. So by the side here, so the next thing is to draw the seam allowance and the conical shape. You can simply place the front on the back, or you go ahead and draw it all over again, depending on what pleases you. But for this one, I'm just going to go ahead and draw it again, just for the sake of, just for us to see it once again. Okay, it is still the same process. Then after that, I place the front on the back to see if it is correct, and as you can see, it's aligning. Do not forget that we shape the hem of the top, so I'll go up by 1 inch here again, and I'll connect to the top length. But for the back, I'm going to be having a little bit of changes at the hem design. As you can see, I'm just trying to create a bit of style, a bit of shape at the back. Okay, this is totally optional. You can maintain same design for the front and back. You can maintain different design. I'm just trying to play around this pattern. All right, so this is how the back is going to be. I'm going to highlight all of these lines now. All right, and what you are doing is, please make sure you cross check as you are doing it. Make sure you cross check as you are doing it, okay, front and back. So I'm going to highlight all of these lines now so that we're going to see clearly the lines that we're going to be cutting out and the lines that we're going to need, and I'm also going to label the pattern accordingly. Before that, you can go ahead and create a style line on the back of the pattern around the chest area. So I just went down by 1/2 inch and connected back to the hammer just to form a slight line. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and label right now. So here is what it looks like. I'm just going to cut it out. The cutting is quite simple and straightforward. What I have at the end, I did not cut it out yet because I don't want it to be in pieces so that I don't lose any of it. In my next tutorial, we're going to be cutting out the pattern into pieces, transfer into fabric, and I'm going to be showing us a step-by-step process on how to sew an overbust conical corset. Please, the part 2 of this video will be coming up soon after the uploading of this first one. Turn on the post notification so that you don't miss it when I drop this tutorial. Do not forget to like this video, kindly share, drop your thoughts in the comment section, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you are yet to do so. Thank you very much for watching this tutorial. See you in my next one. Bye.